Hello, welcome to this video, whether you're a new watcher or an old watcher. I'm going to be discussing the differences and similarities of locks like this and Wicks. Now, we're going to talk about some of the physical things that you can see first. Now, let's keep in mind also that there's people who have Wicks and you can't tell. Their locks look just like mine, meaning they just got the number of locks that they wanted and they just let it go. You know what I mean? So you can't even really tell the difference between their locks. That's why sometimes people ask me, "Do I have wicks?" You know, because it looked like I started them off, or sectioned them to get this way. So you have locks. You have the type of wicks that are like mine. Then you have the other type of wicks, the ones that you're starting to see more now. As far as with the crochet method, they're smooth. Like when I say smooth, meaning all of these loose hairs, they don't want that. They usually got a crisp edge up. You can see their parts. They don't have a lot of their new growth ain't is all tamed in. Is everything's pulled in. Everything's pulled into the lock, and then you get to the ends. The ends usually tell everybody's story. With people who grow their dreadlocks like mine, the ends are you see a lot of these fingers because these were the locks that used to be on top of my head. So, and they're here now. So, and with wicks, they're usually rounded off. You know what I mean? Now I've seen some that's flat across the bottom, but usually this is all blunted and rounded off. So you got that, and for me, you got the wicks have a different culture around them. And when I say they got a different culture about them, meaning if people who want to grow dreadlocks like this, right? Like let's say we were 8 years old. It's not out of the norm to see a 8, 10, 15, 17 year old kid with some wicks. For us, like to grow dreadlocks like this, like nah, like that wasn't gonna fly. Like you wasn't about to just like your parent wasn't about to just for most of us anyway. Your parent wasn't just about to say, "Oh, I want my child to have dreadlocks like that. And I'm just gonna not do anything to his or her hair ever again." So and just let it turn into locks like that. Like that wasn't gonna fly. But with wicks, a lot of times, look, you might see your favorite athlete, your favorite entertainer, somebody in your family, somebody in your neighborhood. You may see them with wicks and be encouraged by that. A lot of times when you're growing dreadlocks like this, you may be the only one in your town, your city, with these type of dreadlocks. As in with Florida, it's more of a culture there, man. And so it's not out of the realm to see a kid wicked out. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing about um, Wicks as far as the culture aspect of it goes. And I always say that to me, Wicks are like the gumbo of the lock world. And when I say that a gumbo of the lock world, meaning in Louisiana, gumbo is like it's like one of the that dish. You know what I mean? It's the thing. Now anybody in other states, anybody else can make gumbo. You know what I mean? It's not against the law. It's not against the law. The only people from Louisiana can make it. But it just don't hit the same. You know what I mean? They can put their own spin on it. It's just not the same, man. And so that's how I look at Wicks. Like anybody can, you know what I mean? Anybody from any other state can have Wicks now, and it's starting to spread. Actually, it's starting to spread. Like there's people because of the crochet method, it's making it making it easier to where you don't have to. I used to be people get the rubber band method and you gotta wait for it to lock, but now it's like people still do that, but people now you got the crochet method to where you can instantly get it. You know what I mean? So anybody can in other states can get it. It's starting to spread, but it's just like we know it as a Florida thing. Like that's never going to change. Like Wix is just a Florida thing. You know what I mean? It's not only exclusive to them, but because it's just their thing, man. Like that's where we got the idea of Wix from. You know what I mean? So that's why I say it's the gumbo of the freeform world, because anybody can have it. Anybody can do it. It's just don't hit the same other places. So other than that, man, like that's the biggest difference for me, like the culture aspect of it. And obviously, depending on the type of wicks, the look of it, meaning the smoothness and you know what I mean, how they form and you know how they're shaped and whatnot, compared to somebody's locks like mine. So those are the differences for me. I actually think that a lot of people would be better served with wicks than trying to grow their dreadlocks like this. Why I say that is because with wicks, you get the best of both worlds. What people really have a problem with their biggest hurdle is when is my hair going to start to resemble locks? You know, and then you're waiting on that, and it's like, man, you know, and you know it's gonna be a couple of years before your hair actually resembles locks. Now with wicks, you can get that immediately, and all you're doing is waiting for your hair to actually lock up and grow. That's it. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people would be better served because you wouldn't be worried about, man, when my hair gonna turn into locks. You can actually have the locks and actually have the number of locks that you want, and just wait for it to lock. So that concludes this video. Leave thoughts, comments, questions down in the comment section. Thanks for watching.